What's good, y'all? It's your boy Michael, and welcome to my fucking YouTube channel. I feel like I should have done this shit like 7, 8 years ago, but yeah, I just want to make this channel just about things that I like, things that I care about. I'm a person that likes to rank things, I like lists and all that shit, but it's all gonna be my opinion. Just, if you know me, you know I'm a very opinionated person. Yeah, I just want to kick this first episode off talking about my top 25 albums of the year of 2023. I know we're like about to end the first month of 2024, but things just got in the way. And I just felt like I needed to do this. Also, I wanted to mention that this isn't going to be my final setup. I want to have like my mic stand in front of me, and I just don't have my USB adapter yet. And I got to get into that. So that's not the conversation today. The conversation today is just my top 25 albums of 2023. So, how I wanted to go in and structure this is kind of like I wanted to talk about my honorable mentions first, and then the bottom 15, and then talk about my top 10 in depth. So honorable mentions first, it'll be like a brief description about that album or whatever. The bottom 15, I'll talk about it, a few sentences here and there, talk about it like in a paragraph form. And then top 10, I want to go in depth and explain why those are my top 10 and break down kind of like each album. But I'll speed through it. So yeah, my first honorable mention is Moon Panda Sing Spaceship Sing. Now, if you're a fan of someone who likes bedroom pop, slow melodramatic music, this would be right up your alley. I feel like this is kind of like the Marias meets Billie Eilish in a sense, mashed into one. So yeah, I really, really like that album, and it's an amazing album. So that's my first honorable mention. My second honorable mention is Mags and an album named Destroyer. The only reason why it's not like on my actual list is because it kind of went under my radar until like the end of the year. I kind of got into it like kind of late, but because it came out early in the year, and I kind of got into it late. But Mags is fucking incredible. He's gonna be a superstar in the years to come. So my last honorable mention is Kenny Mason 6. Now, if I just want to do this, that's the album to go to. That album it bumps like literally the one of the hardest albums I have on this list. So now to talk about my top 25. So my first album is Molly Birch with Daydreamer. And yeah, this album is incredible. Like this is another album that I got into kind of later in the year because I think it kind of came out in the last quarter of the year, I want to say. But yeah, I tapped into it, and she's incredible. I liked her album that came out a couple years ago in 2021. I really, really like that album too. But this one, I feel like she kind of improved with the songwriting. It's kind of like bedroom pop as well, but man, it makes you just want to dance in your fucking room, literally. So my next album is Jai Sleeping In. This guy makes some of the most catchiest music, and none of it hits over your head. Like it's not, he makes kind of like cool, chill, melodic music, and it's very enjoyable. It came out also early in the year, but I just had it like pre-added on my vault, and then I didn't really get into it until like the summertime. And then in the summertime, like it's kind of like something that I needed to like chill myself out and zone myself out, and it was just on loop. It was just on the perfect rotation during that time. And yeah, Sleeping In, Jai is the one. Number 23, Double Wish, Light Split, Sparkle. It's just an EP. Yeah, this EP is one of the catchiest batch of songs that you'll hear all season. That song, Fever Dream, yeah, one of the best songs of the year. That's all I had to say about that one. My next one, number 22, Pink Skies, The Tree That Broke the Cement. Oh my god, this album is just like so eclectic. The way that there's different spots in this album that showcase like electronic music, and that showcases like, I'm gonna keep saying it, like bedroom pop. I'm really into bedroom pop and kind of like indie pop. Like it kind of fleshes it all into one. None of the tracks literally sound the same, but they're still kind of cohesive. My next album, number 21, The Hills, What's Your Motive? Could have been ranked higher if it came out earlier in the year. This one also came out later in the year. Like I want to say maybe like in the third quarter of the year, like July, August, around there, I want to say. And yeah, this kind of like pop rock music. It's really nice, really melodic. It's right on my alley because Some of the lyrics, like the songwriting in this is fucking amazing. Yeah, there's a lot of catchy songs on here. A lot of catchy songs on here. Even when they're not even in your rotation and you're listening to other albums and other songs, the songs still pop up in your head. And I'm like, bro, I'm not even listening to that song right now. And I'm singing it. I'm singing another song while I'm listening to another song. So it's like the Hills, What's Your Motive? That's the wave. And number 20 is Crystal Glass, I'm Melting. Kind of reminds me of the Pink Skies album. It's way more like kind of like progressive rock type of feel, a lot more indie rock type of feel. And this one is a lot more cohesive than I feel like the Pink Skies album is. The way that the tracks transition so well within each other, it feels like it's a long song, but it's a phenomenal long song. Like, doesn't feel like anything is abrupt next to it. Like all the tracks are like literally mesh well together. It's like a brother and sister type of bond that they have. And this album is like immaculate. So my number 19 is Cleo Soul Heaven. Now, this album, this album, and I'm only super excited to talk about it because I recently started listening to it again like a week ago. This shit's incredible. She's fucking underrated. I feel like she needs to get more support than she actually does. She's amazing. Cleo Soul Heaven. It's short, straight to the point, 29, 30 minutes long. It's R&B joint, R&B and soul. She's amazing. If you like Sade mixed with like Erica Badu, mixed with like Jill Scott, like all in one, that's literally Cleo Soul. And yeah, she's gonna be a superstar. So my next one is Planet Giza. I want to say Planet Giza or Planet Jizza and Ready When You Are. He literally does everything. Soul singer, he like does R&B, he raps, like he fucking does everything. And I think this guy is just hella talented. I think he even produces too. I might be wrong, but it's a fun ride. Like this is like a roller coaster, but not in a bad way. It's a roller coaster that like you're having fun the entire time. And then the latter half of the songs, they slow down. It's kind of like the end of the roller coaster, but the songs are still fucking great. My next album is by an artist named Ultra Q called My Guardian Angel. And this album, shout out to my boy Slouch from my group chat. Slouch, thank you for putting me on this fucking album. I didn't know that the lead singer is the son of the Green Day singer. That's like the craziest fun fact. But like you can kind of tell like by the way that like their vocal intentions are and like it's dude, this album, none of the songs literally sound the same. None of the songs literally sound the same. And I feel like they took a lot of risks with this album. And this is another alternative album. It's kind of hard to kind of generalize it. One of my favorites of the year, number 16, Citizen Calling the Dogs. Yeah, this it's not, I want to say pop punk, but it's a punk rock album. And I'm really into punk. That's like one of my favorite genres of all time. If I'm just in a abrasive, aggressive mood, like I just put this on and the songs are really, really catchy. Like the songs are really, really catchy. Citizen's last album, the one that came out in 2021, was one of my favorites of the year. And this one is also one of my favorites of the year. The only reason why it's this low in the threshold is because I feel like some of the songs didn't really stick with me like the other ones, but more songs than not stuck with me. But the ones that didn't, they're still good songs, but the ones that did stuck with me the entire rest of the year. Like the month that it came out, all the way going into the end of the year, like the songs stuck with me. Number 14, While Nothing Holds. If you like indie rock, if you like indie music in general, like it's an earworm. Like every fucking song sounds so good. Like literally every song sounds so fucking good. And this one also came out later in the year. I know I'm gonna keep going into that and banging that over the head, but thing with me is like I don't like to be too in the moment and kind of like rate things higher just because they came out later in the year. Obviously, they're gonna be more in my rotation than the ones that came out earlier in the year because they're new, they're fresh. So this is one of those albums that came out, I think, in like October. It either came out in October or September. They're one of my favorite bands in this generation. Like literally, their discography untouched. Yeah, that's my number 14. My number 13 is Olivia Rodrigo with Guts. It's a grower. The first time I heard it, I liked it, but only a few songs stuck with me. And then I kept listening to it more and more. And I'm like, wow, this shit, like her songwriting really, really got better over the last album that came out in 2021. Like this one got way, like the songwriting in this one, superior, way more superior. And the songs stick with you more. They're catchy. You can tell like she got better as a vocalist. And yeah, she's talented. She's already a fucking star. My number 12 is Josephine Oddhill with Volatile. And yeah, this one came out earlier in the year. And this one is just almost every song is an earworm. And it's kind of like a little bit of folky indie rock music. It also transitions completely well. She's a phenomenal songwriter. And the topic she talks about it like very dark and very meaningful, but the music sounds very pretty. You know what I'm saying? Like very pretty and atmospheric music. And it's angelic, but her lyrics are super dark. She's an amazing songwriter. And I think this is her first album. And the fact that this is her first album and she's talking about the shit that she's talking about is just it's just insane. Like I don't know how the fuck she did it. My number 11 is Big Pig Bubblegum. Yeah, and this one's short, sweet. I think it's like under 25 minutes long. The way that she plays in different styles and different genres and like does it with ease. It doesn't seem like she's trying way too fucking hard with this shit. She's just going in and she's letting her influences weigh on her sleeves. And she doesn't sound like a biter. Like she has D&B on her, like drum and bass music on her. She has reggaeton on here. She has pop music on her. She just plays with all different sounds, and she makes it sound fucking good. I don't get it. I don't get it. And yeah, no, she's talented. So that's the one. Now my top 10. I'm gonna talk about these more in depth. My number 10, Last Dinosaurs Ryu. And the reason why, the reason why this is my number 10, and it came out, it actually, and I know it's kind of unfair for the other ones, but it came out later in the year. But the reason why I have this so high in my top 10 is because, or my top 25, is because I went to their show and you don't really know and appreciate a song slash album or even the artist at that moment until you go see them in their fucking show and they play that album live. And they played a majority of this album live, and I liked the album 10 times more than I already did. And that says a lot because a lot of artists, bands, whatever, they don't really come down here. They don't really come down to where I live. My number 9 is Magdalena Bay Mini Mix Volume 3. Now this, wow, I'm super into this wave of just like this music of not being for the masses, not really not being for the masses, but like taking risks with your art and taking a different approach and different style with their shit. And they make super catchy music, and the shit that they talk about is just very surreal. And I really enjoy this shit. Like, and it's only EP. It's not even, I don't even think it's like 30 minutes long, 7, 8 songs, hits you, and then you out. That's literally how it goes. So my number 8, another EP, Scarlet Wings. I think this is like her best body of work. And she's a young up and coming artist, and her songwriting gets better every single time that I listen to her. I just don't understand how she does it. Like, I just don't fucking understand. Every single time she makes a EP or song, whatever, and all like the melodies just hit you. My number 7 is Beach Fossils with Bunny. Now, kind of similar to While Nothing with Hold. This is probably like indie rock album of the year for me. The way that this shit makes you feel like you are literally going, and no pun intended, but you're literally like going to the beach. And I feel like that's Beach Fossils as a whole. Like, I feel like you know what you're getting with them. They make like indie rock music, soft rock music in a sense, but they know what sticks and what doesn't stick. Like, they know that their lyrics are so captivating, and the way that all these songs mesh well together. I remember when it first came out, I think it came out like April 2023, and I had it just there in my vault, and I had a whole bunch of things to listen to in between that. And then I was like, okay, I'm in a Beach Fossil mood. And then I played the album, and that was just in my rotation for the whole rest of the month. Literally, I was always in a Beach Fossil mood, and they make the most amazing fucking music. And I think they're gonna come to my city in a few weeks, and not in a few weeks, in a couple months actually. So I will be sliding to that without question. My number 6, Tommy Richmond, The Rush. Now, Tommy Richmond is an artist. I think he's from the UK. I want to say he's from the UK. At least he has an accent, and he is bubbling up right now. He's blowing up right now, and I'm really excited for him about that. He was on the Brent Fayez record, and he just knows how to make a great song too. I know I keep saying that and beating people over there with that, but he takes a lot of risks with his music, and he makes it all sound good. It's not a stretch. It's not like he's trying too hard. What he does with his music is just so on key. The only reason why this is even so low is because there's only 5, 6 songs on this, and I wanted more. Even though five isn't low, but you know what I'm saying. Like I wanted more, and this probably could have been my number one if it would have kept going. But it's only like not even 20 minutes. I think it's like 16, 17 minutes. One of my favorite songs of the year, Fever, is on this shit, and it's one of the catchiest songs you're gonna hear all fucking year. So yeah, that one is the wave without question. My number five is Caroline Polachek, Desire I Want to Turn Into You. This is the art pop record of the year. Like this shit is just I don't really have to say anything. Maybe it's just me, but whenever I hear this album, I'm traveling somewhere. I'm going somewhere. I literally feel like I'm that album cover whenever I hear it. And it's just so incredible. Like you feel like you're escaping from somewhere. You feel like you're leaving somewhere and you're getting uplifted to wherever destination you're headed to. The way that you feel like so powerful listening to this shit and her songwriting is incredible. But like to me, the complete standout is just her vocal intentions. Her vocals are just out of this world. Like the way that she sings, I don't think, and I've seen her live too. So I don't think personally, I don't think I've seen a vocalist that has stronger vocals than her, at least in this era of artists. I don't think I've seen it live. And she makes it literally sound exactly like how the CDQ sounds. I don't get it. She's just fucking talented. And the album, one of the best albums of fuck the year, but one of the best albums of the decade so far. And I feel like my top five is like that in my opinion. And she's a superstar. At least to me, she's a fucking superstar. She's already fucking here, and she's just gonna make more quality work, and she's gonna keep sharpening that fucking sword because she's out of here. Number four is Paramore. This is why. This was the first record I heard all year in 2023 that I was like, oh yeah, this is definitely gonna be in my top 10. And I think that's because it came out it came out, I want to say February 10th or 12th or something like that, around that time. And I was like, yeah, this is definitely gonna be my top 10, without a doubt. I don't know where it's gonna be ranked, but it's gonna be my top 10. And lo and behold, this shit is number four, top five. If you know Paramore, there's really nothing much to say. Every album they kind of come up with something new. Like they do something new and creative. Like I had so much of a block party feel listening to this fucking album, and it's just so amazing how it's like pop punk. I love it so much. And my favorite song, probably my favorite song of the year, is Running Out of Time. And you hear that and you just immediately have a big ass smile and you're just dancing in a room because there's nothing better than that. Like my number three is Yeek with Future Reference. And yeah, I got to shout out to the hometown kid. You can't put him in a box. You literally can't put him in a box. He makes all different types of fucking music. He makes pop music. He makes indie music. He makes R&B music. He makes rap music. He's the ultimate chameleon in this. And you can't really box him in. I just don't know how he makes all these great catchy songs, and the way that he makes it seem like so effortless, and the way that he is stylistically in his videos, and just like how he goes so in depth, how there's so much intention with the album rollout and just the songs. They're just amazing. I don't know how the fuck he does it. Every song on this is an earworm. Every song on this is an earworm. And it's just crazy. I probably would say I don't like this more than Valencia. Valencia was like my top two album of 2021, or top three. Well, this is top two. So it's weird, but I would put Valencia higher than this. But he's another person that just keeps sharpening his sword, and he gets better and better. And I really, really appreciate that he's putting my city, my state on the map. The consistency that he keeps coming with, and he shouldn't stop. And my number two is Jesse Ware. That feels good. Oh my god, this is arguably the funnest time I had with an album all year. The way that this album just comes and it just you literally feel so uplifted. There's so much joy going into this fucking album. The way that the song structures are, it's just like I don't know how Jesse Ware does it. Now it's supposed to be like a sister album of What's Your Pleasure. Now, What's Your Pleasure was like probably my favorite album of 2020, or at least top three. And that album in itself is like so much fun. But this one is the same way too. But I feel like she took more risk with her songs, especially with like some of the songs that she has like Pearls or like Lightning. I feel like that was something that was like out of her ballpark, but she still mastered it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like she knows that she made this album. She made this album and she made the last album too, particularly for just the tour. And she wanted people to dance and have a great time. And for that album to come out during a COVID time and this to kind of be like, not to say that we're like at the end of COVID time, but to kind of be like a sister album to that. And just she wants to continue to keep making this music. I feel like this is like her lane. She's mastering this lane and she just keep going with it. I don't know how she does it like the ease. Like I just don't get it. Number one album of the year is Furtis Pool Party. This album, I think it came out around the time This Is Why it came out. As soon as I heard this, I was like, yeah, this might be my album of the year. And we were only 2 months in. And I said it was gonna be hard to beat it. I gotta preach about the album for a second. But Furtis is just amazing. And I relate to this album so much on like the complete maximum level. Like so it's so deep and masterful to me. Like it's literally my whole life story and what I've been dealing with, for the past couple of years and things like that. Like it's so relatable to me. And he's a great songwriter, but I know that he can get better and better and better at songwriting because he has been making music. He's only been making music for like a few years now, and he is also someone that does like R&B slash soul music, and he kind of plays with the drum and bass. He plays with electronic music, and that's really kind of like been my lane for like the past year and a half. And he's mastering it and only being in the game for like 3 to 4 years, and that to me is incredible. Like I don't understand how someone can just be this talented and this exquisite with his music, and he is on a whole nother stratosphere when it comes to this. And he's about to drop another album in a few weeks, which is crazy. Like I think like a year removed from when he dropped this one. This is song for song for song is hit for hit for hit for hit, and I think it's only 20 minutes long, and it just hits you right in the head. I don't understand. I know I've been saying that for the whole duration of this video, but like, dude, I don't understand how the fuck these artists are like so fucking great. And like some of them are like very underrated and swept under the rug and go unnoticed. And to me, I just feel like that's the whole reason why I'm even on here doing this. Is because like I feel like some people already have the shine, but I just want to expose and just kind of put myself out there and sway my feelings about these artists and the music that I cared about and loved for the past year. And I want to continue to do that for this upcoming year. And that's what this channel is going to be about. Yeah, I hope that you guys stick with me and sub, sub, sub for your boy. If you like my takes, if you like to hear what the fuck I'm saying, obviously I want to, better this whole setup up, trying to better it up. I'm trying to have my mic stand in front of me. I'm trying to, you know, do this and that. But yeah, that's my list of 2023 top albums of the year. If you like what you heard, if you like my takes, if you think I'm cool, subscribe, like the video. We need to be in that algorithm. We need to start a community. I'm here to just kind of say my takes. I'm a huge music fan. I'm a huge music lover. I'm a huge Mortal Kombat fan. I'm a huge, can't really see it, but San Francisco and Miami Heat fan. And that's what this channel is going to be about. It's going to be about me and just kind of like being, talkative and just super passionate about the things that I care about. Yeah, this is going to be a thing. And I want to continue this. And hopefully we have guests or whatever in the future. And I'm signing off. It's your boy. Peace.